Let's return you to one of our top stories. Eskom announcing today the suspension of the managers at the Kendal and Tutuka power stations. This is pending disciplinary process. It comes after the implementation of stage 4 load shedding this week. Eskom says the managers' failures at least, are partly to blame for the recent outages. Let's get reaction. Speak to OUTA's Ronald Chauke. Ronald, great to have you on the program. Thank you so much for your time. So is this the sign then, the first sign that Eskom is serious about dealing with the people internally who are, to a degree, to blame for worsening an already frustrating situation?
Yes, unfortunately now the power station managers are being held to account. We welcome that move actually from civil society point of view, because it will send a message to most of the officials working inside the Eskom system that it's very, very important that they take their jobs seriously, and then they make sure that we get quality service for the benefit of the South African population.
And of course, accountability is fantastic, Ronald, but the reality is that suspensions or not, the issue of load shedding, aging infrastructure that is often poorly maintained persists, and that's what we need to see, isn't it?
Yes, it's a fact. You are very, very right on that, Tembekile. However, you need to understand one other thing, whereby you find that officials, given the fact that for a number of years they were not held accountable, there was no consequence management within the Eskom system. They just took it for granted to say that even when service providers or contractors give a shoddy work, it doesn't matter. They just don't care. So now when action is being taken, and a decisive action, it is sending a very, very good signal for all the people working in the critical essential service such as Eskom. So that me and you now, like for instance, I can't even work, I'm in the dark now. What about in the evening? So it means productivity, the economy, everything is frustrated, and then we need to recover from this COVID. And then with the behavior and wrong performance by officials within the Eskom system, believe me, we are not going to recover. So it's very important that drastic and bold action is taken now to send out this signal.
And you've got 2 managers of power stations being held to account. Makes you wonder then if management at national level, at the level of the CEO, Andre de Ruyter, should face any form of sanction.
I fully support the sanction by Mr. Andre de Ruyter, because once he institutes this type of sanctions and then it's having the board support, it will enable him to clean up the Eskom system, especially the officials who were part of the state capture brigade. So it's very, very important that the board support him so that Mr. de Ruyter be able to institute appropriate drastic actions to correct the situation, so that me and you, we can have what you call reliable electricity supply, rather than what is happening at the present moment.
So should de Ruyter and the other national leaders not face any form of sanction for what we've seen this week, going all the way up to level 4, load shedding?
Yeah, for me, actually, it's unfortunate and it's unnecessary. Tembekile, when you remember, before the institution of level 5 of the lockdown, Eskom was having a gap to do more maintenance during that period. Remember, during level 5, most of the economic activities were suspended. Most of us, we were at home. So it was the right time actually to come up with what you can call interventions and maintenance of the work. But unfortunately, we missed that window. And it's very, very important that now we must play that catch up, and then people need to take their jobs seriously, especially in the supply of essential services.
But is it only the managers at power station level who should face a grilling and possibly action leading to such as suspensions, for example?
Yes, let me give you a practical example, Tembekile. Some of the people at the power station level, you find that they allow what we call the contractors who do maintenance work at those power stations to do shoddy work, so that some of those contractors can be given more work, so that their contracts are not, let's say for instance, terminated within a short space of time. So meaning that it is poor quality work being tolerated in the interest of people making money, while it's me and you are located and the economy is continuing to be compromised, of which actually a very, very decisive action to correct that and to hold even the contractors who do maintenance at Eskom power stations accountable. It's very, very critical to enable us to recover from the current situation.
Ronald Chauke from OUTA, good to speak to you, sir. Thank you.